So I've been able to spend a week with the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport First Edition, and I've got some things that I like and things that I don't like coming right up. Now before I start this off, I want you to know I have a full detailed review and a night video of this Bronco Sport. If you want to see all the details about pretty much everything there is on this Bronco, be sure to look in the description below, but let's get into it. Now starting with my dislikes, in no particular order, the first thing I'm going to dislike is the fact that the base Bronco, pretty much all the Broncos except the top two, come with a 3-cylinder engine. Bronco 3-cylinder should not be in the same category at all. Granted, this is the Bronco Sport, and that 3-cylinder is a turbocharged engine. This one that I have right here is the First Edition, which is top of the line. This and the Badlands get a 4-cylinder turbo, but the rest of them that are mostly going to be the ones that get bought are 3-cylinder turbos. The power is not bad on those, but just the fact that it's a 3-cylinder. Now, my second dislike with the Bronco is probably negotiable or arguable, but I just feel like it has a stiffer than expected ride. I mean, you can go from the Ford Escape to this, and you're going to definitely notice a difference in ride comfort. The only reason I'm complaining about that is because this is not a body-on-frame vehicle, like a true truck or live axle in the back, solid axle. It's not one of those. If it was, I wouldn't complain about it, but it's a little bit stiffer than I expected, and it's just a small complaint. Now the third thing is I want you to first keep in mind that the one that you see right here, the First Edition, this is priced at just about $40,000. The MSRP is about $39,500, so keep that in mind when I go into the list of the next few things. The main thing is that you're not going to find kind of the luxury type items that you will on some vehicles of this price point, like for example a kick activated liftgate. Not a huge deal. Most of the time you'll get at least a power activated liftgate, but you don't. This one is still manual. I mean, it's manual open and close, which personally I don't care, but if you're looking for something like that in this price range, you don't get it at all. Another thing is heated rear seats are becoming more and more common, especially in this price range, but there are no heated rear seats in the Bronco Sport no matter what. Another thing is we have perforated seats, so you can see there's little perforations in here on these front seats, and they are comfortable and they're heated, but they're not ventilated. The perforations are pretty much pointless, and at almost $40,000 you would maybe expect that to be available, but I'm sure they're holding out for the Bronco, big Bronco. One more thing, panoramic roofs are becoming more popular. This one just gets a regular sunroof. All small things that are completely unnecessary, but at this price point you might expect that. So Ford obviously spent their money in other categories for this vehicle, and all of those are just complete nitpicking, but the fact that it's about $40,000 and you can get those features on a lot of bigger, higher class vehicles at that price point, just something to think about. Now my fourth dislike, the fourth negative here, is the fact that it's just not very efficient. So it's boxy. Obviously it's not going to be all that efficient, and I kind of told you about the fact that you get a 3-cylinder. That's the only reason that I'm complaining, is that even the 3-cylinder engine that's turbocharged gets a maximum of 28 miles per gallon. It definitely should be more than that. It comes standard with all-wheel drive. It's all-wheel drive, it's boxy, but still, for the power and the size, this is a small, compact vehicle. 28 miles per gallon at the best, that's just not very good. Now, starting with my likes in no particular order, they're gonna kind of be blended together in a way, but my first thing is that this is just something unique. It's something different than what you typically see in this class. I mean, the looks, the boxy shape of it, the fact that the 4-wheel drive is standard on every model. It even has an off-road suspension, big tires, and it's just completely different in terms of what it's going for versus regular crossovers. Now, the second thing I like is how practical it is for this small of a vehicle with several features. Let me show you. The first thing, you don't see this very often, push that button, and then you got flip up glass. This is nice and very convenient for a few different things. If you don't want to have to lift the entire lift gate, or you've got stuff kind of packed up here that could fall out, you can easily reach in here. Or if you've just got a pet or something hanging out back here, they can get a little bit of air when you're sitting still. Another thing is, if you open up this whole entire door, there's one little button right in there. You press that, but check it out. I mean, you actually have some legit floodlights here. You can angle them out or in. and there's one on each side. You can turn them off or on with a button from the inside of the cargo area. But if you're camping or something like that, this is legit. I mean, this is kind of like Ford F-150's zone lighting, but there's some good lighting back here. That's just a really cool feature and very practical for people that want to spend time outside in the dark. Even more practicality back here. You got a 12-volt power outlet, a 3-prong outlet. You've got actual carabiners. Like, look at that. These are not just regular hooks. You got carabiners on both sides, and this whole cargo area is like a rubber liner. So this is meant to get dirty and get washed, and even the floors have rubber liners as well. So you can get messy and still be able to clean up. The next thing is in the back seat, some of the Bronco Sports will give you under seat storage. And another thing, there are zipper pockets back here. So not just regular map pockets, it's actually a zipper pocket. You can secure stuff, it's padded in here. There's even MOLLE straps right here. And this is on both sides. So you've got straps, pockets, and both driver and passenger have an extra little slippy pocket right there. You can put whatever you want in there. The next thing that I like is that this Bronco Sport isn't just a show, it actually can go a little bit. It's actually semi-off-road capable. First of all, you've got a really good, or pretty good approach angle at least. So the distance from the front wheels to the front bumper and the angle that that creates is pretty good. You've got almost 9 inches of ground clearance. There are actually tow hooks up front here on both sides, which could come in handy. And even though this is plastic up front, there's a skid plate right up underneath the undercarriage. The Bronco Sport, Badlands, and First Edition actually give you large tires. These are 29-inch tires, and they're all-terrain tires standard on here. And you can probably obviously see there's a lot of cladding and plastic. That is actually convenient on this vehicle, like in the front, under here, and in the back. All those areas that are easily scratched when off-roading are not painted, so you don't really have to worry about it. And we even have several different controls here. So you can lock in the 4-wheel drive system. You've got a rear differential locker to lock your rear wheels. This is like an off-road cruise control right here where you can actually set the speed and it will do the rest for you in terms of speed. And then the GOAT modes go over any type of terrain modes. So you spin that dial and then check it out. Whoop, wrong way. First, you get mud and ruts, kind of some cool graphics. You got sand with more cool graphics, and rock crawl mode. Who knows how much they help, but hey, at least you have them. And then one more thing, for off-roading, you actually get a front off-road camera. So if you're going over a steep hill or obstacles, you've got a camera in front. Now the next thing that I like kind of blends in with my first point is just the fact that it's something different, but they also have a Bronco Sport for different buyers. And that's pretty common, but I mean, you go from this First Edition and the Badlands are more off-road oriented. They actually have those features in the off-road suspension, the big tires, but you can also go for more like street and sporty oriented, like the Outer Banks, the Big Bend, or even down at the base model. So the Bronco Sport is kind of a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, depending on which trim level you get. It can be a little bit low class, a little bit sportier, or something a little more rugged oriented like this one. Now the last thing that I like, don't mind the flicker, that's just on the camera, but I like these headlights. I like this classic round design. The LED daytime running light is that line running on the inside as well, and it just looks really cool at night. They're full LED, including the blinker. They do a decent job, and the fog lights actually act as cornering lights when you start to turn the wheel or use your blinker. So these headlights look nice, functional, and they're just pretty cool. So those were just a few things that I like and don't like on the Bronco Sport. And like I said, I have a full detailed review of this Bronco if you want to see all those details. But thank you so much for tuning in. Leave your comments down below what you like or don't like, and don't hate me too much if I nitpicked. I'm just pointing some things out. But thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.